like to call the meeting to order. Essentially, we continued recess basically the other night, and now we're going to reconvene. We need roll call, don't we? Yeah. Could you give us a roll call, Mike?
Yes, sir. Trustees Hebda, Cook,
Here.
Marquardt,
Here.
Schultz,
Here.
Schwartz,
Here.
Williams, Mayor Byrne.
Here, we have a quorum present. Is there a motion to reconvene the village board meeting from Tuesday night?
So made. Second.
Motion is second. Roll call, please.
Trustees Cook,
Aye.
Marquardt,
Aye.
Schultz,
Aye.
Schwartz,
Aye.
Williams, Hebda, Mayor Byrne.
All right.
And now from the Park District side, I'd like to have a roll call for the reconvening of our meeting on Tuesday night, October 23rd. Roll call, please, Jeff.
Commissioner Moline,
Aye. Here, present, yes.
Commissioner Robbins,
Here.
Commissioner Kessler, Commissioner Baloo,
Present.
President Durhofer.
Here. If I could have a motion to reconvene officially the meeting from October 23rd. It is now 8:02 on Thursday night, the 25th.
So moved.
Second.
I second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Baloo,
Yes.
Commissioner Robbins,
Yes.
Commissioner Moline,
Yes.
President Durhofer.
Yes, we are in session. Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Well, we're back here to talk about the purchase of the YMCA from,
They're 1, 2, and 3.
who is the bank now? Do we have confirmation of who the bank is?
Royal Bank of Scotland.
Hal, can you speak to that one, or?
Yeah, I know. It's a whole different ballgame.
Sure, the bank is Royal Bank of Scotland.
Okay. And then this is the letter you sent out, earlier today to Jeff Fugere, the Executive Director of the Vernon Hills Park District. Okay. All right. So we'd like to discuss at this point in the meeting what the operating budget and programs.
I think, Mayor, several board members discussed with me, if you want to ask questions of Larry, this would be overall like what our reserves are, and several of you talked briefly to me in the last couple of days. I don't know if you have any questions for Larry right now.
From my board, any questions of Larry? No?
I do.
Oh,
Okay.
Trustee Williams.
Larry, if we take this money out of our contingency, in light of the fact that we're going to be losing revenue that we're already aware of, how is this going to affect us in the long run?
Well, we won't be, the more basic, or the, I guess, the budgetary question, we won't be able to take it out of contingency. We're going to have to amend the budget. As far as the effect on the fund balance, I guess there's two things to consider. One is that we should be recovering those funds through an intergovernmental agreement over the, over the 12-year period that we talked about last time. But the question is really the effect on the fund balance at this time. We've had an unanticipated increase in the fund balance between April 30, 2010 and April 30, 2012, about $2.4 million. A lot of that was a lot of breaks that worked in our favor, and I don't anticipate that's going to continue, but certainly sales tax was a lot better than anticipated. The police chief has done an excellent job with working with fewer people than were budgeted and dealing with reductions in his force. We've had mild winters, and Dave has done an excellent job in finding cuts. So we've had a number, and the markets have helped our pension funding. So we've had a number of things that worked in our favor that brought that, $2.4 million to our favor. I don't think we're going to, if we see an increase this year, it'll be minimal at best and may not be an increase. And as you say, we do have issues in the future. But as far, so I expect in FY 14-15, we've already seen sales tax, the takeoff in sales tax that we saw starting in 2010, starting to kind of come to an end or at least pause. And, we know that we have issues going ahead in FY 13-14, or at least starting in the beginning of 14-15. So we, obviously the less funds we have, the greater our risk. I would say that, $2 million, if we had $2 million less than we have now, we'd still have more funds in the general fund than we did at the end of 2010. And as I say, the other issue to consider is, we're planning for the long term, and assuming this intergovernmental agreement pans out, we should recover those funds. So, I think it's a matter of risk, but I think it's an issue that, we have tolerable cash reserves, and we have a means of recovering what we will be spending at this time.
So you don't think we'll be hurting if, in any way by doing this?
Well, we're certainly worse off, but I don't think it puts us in a position that's unmanageable. But as I say, we've certainly had a lot of good breaks, and I know that never continues.
Larry, if there's speculation possibly, if a double dip recession comes in, then if that possibility happens, then how does that affect us?
Well, that's the type of thing that we do have reserves in place for a double dip recession, for some type of weakening of our sales tax base. I mean, certainly now that we're home rule, we have more options at our disposal, but whether we actually want to use them in time of recession is another question. We might not. So certainly, I mean, the thing I think we have to fear the most is prolonged economic difficulty, either on a national scale or something that affects our local retail base. And if those do occur, we're certainly better off having a $19-20 million reserve than a $16-17 million reserve. But we have come back from that situation before in the last 2-3 years, partly due to a lot of good management, but also a lot of good luck. And, some good decisions by the board in terms of the economic incentives we provide. Whether we'd have those opportunities again to recover would be a totally different question.
Yeah, well, okay, well, along those lines, we, just for those watching at home and those in the audience there, we have debt service. We're still retiring bonds from the Nike site, or Vernon Hills Athletic Complex. We're still, obviously, we have significant bonded indebtedness associated with our TIF district, which is the Village Center at 45 and 21. Walmart, we don't know when they're going to shut down, but that's coming, right, at some point?
Yeah.
It looks that way, yes.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's going to be this year or, I'm sure as soon as they open up their superstore in Mundelein, and what do we estimate that dollar amount at, Larry?
Probably in the area of about 300 to 350,000.
So, it's, don't get me wrong, I think we're blessed by the fact that, we have the solvency that we have and the reserves that we have, but, there's monies that are spoken for going forward for some extended period of time still. So, we have a TIF district, that one of our development partners, Opus, hasn't finished their portion of the project, so that's a revenue that we don't have to, retire those bonds there. What's our bond, what is our bond that is on the TIF?
It's about $15 million.
Right, and then what do we have left on the, Vern Hills Athletic Complex?
We have actually several issues, also the communications center, and we're still paying off the village hall. And altogether, that's about $10, $11 million.
I mean, all other exposures? I mean,
Right,
indebted,
right,
indebted,
right.
our debt, okay.
It's about 26
So
million.
about 26 million, right?
Right.
Okay. All right, is there any, would it make any sense to, in this instance, bond this out?
Well, my preference would be to take it out of the fund balance, because I think what we face more than anything is the challenges to balancing our budget. And, I think we've deferred equipment purchases, funding the replacement fund. We have, challenges with the markets are going to drive our pension costs more. So I would prefer to see us actually, and we're not getting that good a return on our cash right now. So I would prefer to see us use our fund balance, and then we wouldn't have to build the debt service into our upcoming budgets.
Okay. What was our operating budget approved last year, 17 million, or was it
Oh, it's about 19?
19?
Yeah, about 19.
Yeah,
All right.
a little bit.
Okay. All right, that's all I got to say. I mean, if anybody else has questions,
All the rest of them for later, thank you.
we need to probably go into closed session, I would think, for further discussions under land acquisition, right?
Correct.
Okay. Well, is there a motion to go into closed session to discuss land acquisition? And that's about it, right? Or is there any other item we got to discuss in there?
Right, that's
That's
it.
enough?
Right. That
Okay.
covers it.
That's enough for tonight.
Okay.
Motion to go into closed session for land acquisition.
There's a motion, a second. Roll call, please.
Trustees Markwart,
Aye.
Schultz,
Aye.
Schwartz,
Aye.
Williams,
Aye.
Hebda, Cook,
Aye.
Mayor Byrne.
Aye. Okay, motion carries. Park Board, it's your turn.
With that being said, could I have a motion to go into closed session for the open, in pursuant to Section 2C5 of the Open Meetings Act to consider the purchase of YMCA property at 700 Lakeview Parkway in Vernon Hills?
So moved.
Second?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Sorry, who was the second?
Me.
Thank you.
Commissioner Mullane.
Commissioner Robbins?
Yes.
Commissioner Baloo?
Yes.
Commissioner Moline?
Yes.
President Durofer?
Yes, we are adjourned to closed session.
Okay, do we want to just go in the back conference room?
Well, it's a good question. It's
Well, there's-
kind of a standoff.
Yeah. Reconvene again?
Motion to reconvene the special village
Yeah.
board meeting of last Tuesday, continued to tonight.
I'll second it.
Okay, there's a motion, a second. Roll call, please.
Trustee Schwartz,
Here.
Williams, Hebda, Cook,
Aye.
Markwart,
Aye.
Schultz,
Here.
Mayor Byrne.
Aye. Okay, we're back in session. I guess, you got to do yours. Sorry
We got to do the Park Board.
Park District, motion to reconvene our open session from Tuesday, the 23rd, now on Thursday, the 25th.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Baloo?
Present.
Commissioner Moline?
Here.
Commissioner Robbins?
Here.
President Durofer?
Here. Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right, we're all back in session here, and we still have the majority of what the YMCA board here, correct? So, now, you're looking, Mike, do you think we need a motion to do the letter and blah, blah, blah?
Well, right, for the staff
Right.
and for the attorneys to direct us to negotiate the terms.
Okay, just for public consumption, we collectively have decided to continue to negotiate in good faith with the YMCA and of course, their bank. And with that said, I lost track of time. I don't know, where were we in there for 2.5 hours or something like that? But we still feel very strongly that we want the facility open, operating as long as possible, or as long as there's a need, and that obviously is the daycare component is extremely important, I'm sure, to the families of this community and those parents even outside the community that use that facility. Hopefully we can get it up to whatever the true capacity is. I don't know if it's 75 or more. And, also, continue some of the programs, if not all of them, that are available now. And the Park District, and I'll turn it over to President Dorhofer, but they've gone through a pretty extensive evaluation so far. It's on the operating expenses and liabilities associated with taking this on, and the revenue streams, and any expense of retaining the staff. And I'm sure that's very important, obviously, to the men and women that work there, whether it's full-time or part-time. And this will give the Park District, I think for the first time, the ability at some point, once they get certified, to be, the licensed certified operator of the daycare. So I'll turn it over to President Dorhofer.
I don't know what else to add. You've done an excellent job. As a Park District, we're looking forward to completing negotiations with the YMCA and keeping just an incredibly successful facility in the community, operating successfully for many years to come. So we'll continue negotiations and see what happens.
Everybody keep their fingers crossed that the bank isn't the fly in the ointment. So with that said, we need a motion from the Village of Vernon Hills Board to give the authorization to our village attorney to work with the Park District's Corporation Council to draft a new, let's say, letter of intent. Okay, there's a motion and a second.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Is there anything else with more specificity we should put in there, Mike?
I don't believe so, not at this
Okay.
point.
Any comments from our board? All right, roll call, please.
Trustees Williams, Hebda, Cook,
Aye.
Markwart,
Aye.
Schultz,
Aye.
Schwartz,
Aye.
Mayor Byrne.
Aye. Motion carries.
Motion from the Park District to direct staff to continue discussion in accordance with our closed session along the lines of what Mayor Byrne just presented.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Meline,
Aye.
Commissioner Blue,
Yes.
Commissioner Robbins.
Yes.
President Dorhofer.
Yes.
Okay. Other than that, we don't have anything else on our agenda tonight. This is a special meeting. Can we adjourn this, or we gotta,
Let's hope
we
so.
gotta recess it again?
No.
Well, I'm serious about that. I mean,
Well,
you know what I mean? I mean, is
No, I don't think-
Is there a Saturday morning potentially
Yeah.
coming our way?
no, we're not gonna need
No?
to. If we need to, we'd add 48
No, I'll
hours.
be right here, yeah.
Yeah.
No, the clubhouse, yeah, that would make sense. Okay. So the motion to adjourn is okay for this evening,
Right.
So made.
okay? All right, there's a motion and a second.
Who made the second?
Barbara made the first, Trustee Schultz made the
Okay.
second. Okay, roll call, please.
Could, he'd like to get in on that adjournment also, Mr. Fougeroux here.
Well, yeah, he'll be,
Okay.
well, they'll,
We'll do
We'll
it
do a
separate.
separate.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He was just talking to me there.
you want me,
Okay.
roll call.
Little punchy.
Trustees Schultz,
Aye.
Schwartz,
Aye.
Williams, Hebda, Cook,
Aye.
Markward. Mayor Byrne.
All right, our meeting's adjourned. Thank you very much for those that attended and whoever's going to watch this at home.
Motion to adjourn, the longest meeting I've ever been a part of.
Really?
So moved.
I'm easy.
Oh, you should join us then.
Roll call?
Commissioner Robbins? Yes. Commissioner Meline?
Yes.
Commissioner Blue?
Yep.
President Durhofer?
Yes, we are adjourned.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
All right, thank you and good night.